Hello YouTube, Dave here again. It's been a while since I've done a Magic the Gathering video. I think the last ones that I did was actually the Ixalan Planeswalker decks. So I wanted to kind of get back into doing a few Magic videos because I still enjoy playing the game and opening the products, and I know that the Merfolk vs. Goblins dual deck is coming out soon. So I'll be picking that up hopefully on release day, but I had a few of the more valuable Magic cards from Kaladesh that I'm not using. So I decided to take them in, trade them in for some store credit. There were two Botanical Sanctums, Spire Bluff Canal, and an Angel of Invention, I think it was. It was the really expensive or valuable Angel card anyway that came with Kaladesh, as well as the Mythic card that I got from the Modern Masters booster that I opened way back. And with that, I decided to pick up this gift pack. So I still walked out with store credit too, so I didn't actually end up spending any money on this. I just got rid of some cards that, honestly, for the way that I play the game, I'm not really going to use. And I figured I may as well pick this up and sort of give my thoughts on it. So one of the first things, and I know this comparison has been made, especially if you watch Tolarian Community College, which is one of my favorite Magic-related channels on YouTube, and this looks very much like a Pokemon TCG product. Wizard of the Coast is definitely almost unapologetically ripping off Pokemon, which I'm hoping that if they're going to start ripping off Pokemon or doing things inspired by them, I would love to see them start doing things like including code cards for their online game in the booster packs. You could even have the code just be on the back of tokens. But anyway, not that I play the online game, but I think it would get some value out of it that way. Anyway, so this is the holiday gift, or not the holiday, it's just called the gift pack. So inside, of course, we see the artwork here. Now, another thing that's kind of baffling is that it has Chandra on the box, which is fine, but you don't get a Chandra promo, and the sets that they have the cards for, Chandra is not a possibility to pull. So I'm not quite sure why they did that. I think it's just because she's one of the more recognizable Planeswalkers, maybe. It would have been nice if they just would have had, like, you do get the Kara Zev foil promo card. It's not even a promo card, it's just a foil card. So it would have been better if they had her on there. But anyway, now in Canada, this retails for $24.99, and I think it's $19.99 in the US. And just on the back here, it just says unwrap the gift pack. Enhance your decks with this collection of exotic lands and devastating creatures. So it includes an 8.5 by 13 inch poster, which I'm not overly concerned about, but it's just the Gatewatch attacking Nicol Bolas, but I guess that's something. Spin down counter, 3 packs, one of Amonkhet, Hour of Devastation, and Ixalan. I loved Amonkhet. I really loved that set. I wasn't super huge on Hour of Devastation, and Ixalan I can kind of take or leave, but it is still cool to get 3 packs. There's also 5 premium land cards and 2 premium creature cards. So the land cards, starting with Ixalan, Wizard of the Coast is, I guess, going to be doing these buy-a-box packs of, not exclusive cards, but these packs, instead of just having a single promo that you get if you buy the box, you get a little booster pack that has that had 2 random of these lands here. And my understanding is that these are done by Mark Poole, just looking inside there, who is one of the original artists, I guess, for Magic the Gathering, did a lot of the lands. So that's actually really cool, and you get 2 of these ones of any combination, as well as I think there was a foil card guaranteed, as well as 3 mythics or rares from the current standard block. So I thought that was kind of cool. Now, I would have honestly rather have taken out one of the promo cards or even one of the packs and had one of those in there. I thought that would have been something that'd be really cool, but I guess they're going to make those kind of difficult to get. Anyway, the 2 promos that we get are Kari Zev, the Skyship Raider from Aether Revolt, and she is a 1/3 with First Strike and Menace, and whenever she attacks, Create a legendary 2/1 red monkey creature token named Ragavan that's tapped and attacking. Exile the token at the end of combat. I kind of wish they would have included the token as well, from my understanding that they didn't have that in there. And then the other promo is Metalwork Colossus, and these are both foil, as well as all the lands are foil. It costs 11 for a 10/10, and Metalwork Colossus costs X less to cast, where X is the total converted mana cost of non-creature artifacts you control. You can sacrifice 2 artifacts and return Metalwork Colossus from your graveyard to your hand. So that's just what you can kind of see from the outside. So what I'm just going to do now is I do have some sleeves here because I don't want the foil cards to start curling. So I'm just going to open this up, and I kind of wish that they would have done it so that these were like flaps so that you can actually preserve the packaging, but unfortunately it's just a glued on thing here. So I'm just going to see if I can get in there. I did just recently sharpen this, so but they've got it glued on pretty good. So I'm just going to take a moment here to get this open, and I'll be right back. Alright, so there's just no way I was getting in there without just tearing the thing apart. So, I mean, it's not like I was going to keep the box anyway, but I just always like to try to keep as much packaging just for collecting as possible. Like, I still have all my Planeswalker deck boxes on a shelf. But first thing, we'll take a look at this poster, which is alright. I would have liked it if they would have instead included maybe, I mean, I guess you can sort of use this, but I think it would have been better if they had, even if it was just sort of a cheap, like, paper one like this, to have an actual, like, battle mat that you can use, like, put your cards on, and have things like, you know, library goes here, and anyway. But it's actually, it is kind of a neat picture. I do like it. I'll probably never put it up or anything, but it is there. If I know anybody that's more into Magic than I am, I'd probably end up giving this to them. But that's that. So now, just set that aside. I really gotta clean this table off. I've been recording a few things today, so I got like stuff just scattered all around here. But see if we can open this up now. I don't think these are held, the cards are held in by, oh, maybe they are. Crud. I was hoping that they weren't going to be held in place by tabs, that the cards would just kind of be sitting there and they would come out easily. Kind of like this to come off easily. Alright, come on now. Alright, there we go. So, first thing, just because it's going to be easy to get to, the dice, the spin down counter. Unfortunately, it's just the generic Planeswalker symbol. It would have been nice if it had like a something else on there, like if it was from one of the sets, or just had, even if it was the little just star logo, that would have been kind of cool. But there you go, just one of the generic Planeswalker symbols. And I really don't want to damage these, so I'm hoping that I can just slide the lands out. But these ones are not going to come out easily, I don't think. So that really kind of sucks. This is one thing that I guess they just recently started fixing with the Pokemon card game. And, okay. That's one. Unfortunately, I have to almost put a bend into these to get them out. Alright. So that was unnecessarily painful. But here are our shiny foil promo cards. The lands are also foil. I'm just going to slip these into some sleeves, just because I don't want them to curl up. There has been some issues of late that's come to light with the cardstock, I guess, being used. Are all these upside down? Yep. With the cardstock that Wizards been using lately for their Magic cards to be a little on the cheap side. And I've noticed that with my Amonkhet booster box that I bought, a lot of those cards, even though they're just sitting in the box and it's not like a high humidity spot that they're in, have started to curl up a bit. But here's our planes, and these are really nice lands. Really nice. I like these a lot. There's our swamp. Again, they're all shiny foil. It is cool that they included these because before the only way to get these was through the buy box booster packs. And I kind of want to, if I ever get enough money, I kind of want to see if I can get one of those. But it seems like when I get my YouTube payments and stuff like that, the sets always come out far enough ahead of those. I guess, I don't know if I showed the forest off because I was kind of talking there, but there's the forest. They kind of come out at times where I just don't have the funds, and the buy box stuff never lasts very long. So I, like with Amonkhet, I didn't get a chance because, it was like, I think 3 weeks or something like that later after it came out in the island. Alright, so we got our 3 packs here now, and I'm going to do these in order from most recent to the oldest, just because Amonkhet is my favorite and it's the one that I want to open last. I don't really have any major expectations of cards that I want to get in these packs. Something like, Planeswalker would always be really cool. I would like to see if I could get Nissa, the Nissa Planeswalker from Amonkhet. I'm not really going to go buying a bunch of booster packs to try to find her, and I like to pull things, like I like that, kind of randomness. But if I can get her, that'd be pretty cool, because I don't think I'll be getting any more. This is probably the only last Amonkhet thing I'll probably ever open. Hour of Devastation, Nicol Bolas would be fine, One of the Gods, I guess, would be fine. And Ixalan, probably Vraska, I wouldn't mind. So we'll start with Ixalan. I had pulled the Carnage Tyrant back when I opened up one of the Planeswalker decks, and I traded that in along with my Spell Pierce Invocation card to get enough store credit to purchase the Baldur's Gate, or Betrayal in Baldur's Gate board game. And I'm glad that I did, because the value the day that I traded that stuff in was the last time that they increased in value, when they started dropping after that. And like Carnage Tyrant went from being the most valuable card in the set to, I think it's like the second or third now. And it's probably going to keep going down from there. As far as commons go, I'd love to get another Opt or a 4th Spell Pierce, because I no longer have my Invocation. So we'll see what we get here. We've got Looming Altasaur. In fact, why don't I try zooming in instead of holding these up? Just see, as long as that... There we go. So 1/7 for 4. Not bad. Queen's Bay Soldier. 2 mana for a 2/2. Pretty standard. Fire Shrine Keeper. 1 mana for a 1/1 with Menace, and you can spend 8 and sacrifice it. Deals 3 damage to each of up to 2 target creatures. It's a lot of mana. I guess for some odd reason 8 mana seems to be like the theme of this stuff here. Pterodon Knight, which is in the Hotly Planeswalker deck. Has flying as long as you control a dinosaur. Blossom Dryad. Storm Sculptor. Never seen this one before. Merfolk Wizard. Can't be blocked. When it enters the battlefield, return a creature you control to its owner's hands. Huh. Sky March Bloodletter. So 3 mana for a 2/2 with flying. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain a life. Demystify. 1 mana, destroy target enchantment. Something that Kaladesh really, not Kaladesh, Amonkhet really needed was enchantment removal. Grazing Whiptail. 4 mana for a 3/4 with reach. Gilded Sentinel. 4 mana for a 3/3 golem. Artifact creature. And their first uncommon, Grim Captain's Call. Return a pirate card from your graveyard to your hand. Then do the same for Vampire, Dinosaur, and Merfolk. Wow, that's 4 cards back from your graveyard to your hand for 3 mana. That's actually pretty good if you're running all those different types of creatures. Bright Reprisal. 5 mana, destroy target attacking creature and draw a card. It's not bad. River Sneak. 2 mana for a 1/1 that can't be blocked. Whenever another merfolk enters a battlefield under your control, River Sneak gets +1/+1 till end of turn. So that's pretty good if you can drop a whole bunch of merfolk down. And our rare is, ooh, Dragon Skull Summit, a rare land. So these things are usually pretty good to get. For example, today what I traded in, like I said, it was two Botanical Sanctums, which is the blue-green land from Kaladesh, and the Spirebluff Canal. And they were around, I think, $4 or $5 when I first drafted them. And the reason that I drafted them was because I thought that they'd go up in value. Like, I don't play competitively. I'm not a good competitive Magic player. So I just saw, like, I had Botanical Sanctum in my first pack, and I think on the second round of packs, I got past the Botanical Sanctum, so I took it. And then I got Spirebluff Canal, I think, in one of my other packs, or it got past me and I took that as well. And that basically gained me, you know, $30 in store credit. So I love getting lands. I'll hold on this for a while. I don't know what the dual lands are for this in terms of their value, but I'm sure it'll probably eventually go up. So it enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a swamp or a mountain. And you can add a black or a red. Unfortunately, it doesn't count as like a swamp and mountain, but it still produces those two types of mana, and you can get it potentially untapped as long as you just control one other swamp or mountain, which should be easy if you're running this in a deck. And hey, it came with a swamp and a treasure token. Alright, so that is pretty cool, and just because that is a rare dual land, I'm just going to slide that into a sleeve, because you never know, it may start going up in value. Alright, up next, Hour of Devastation. So this was a set, like, I loved Amonkhet so much, and I really wasn't enthralled by Hour of Devastation. I always felt kind of bad for that, because as much as I loved Amonkhet, I just wasn't interested in this set. So I don't know. I don't know what it is about it. It just didn't strike me the same way. But here we go. Avon Reedstalker, Mummy Paramount, whoops, Frontline Devastator with Afflict. I did like the Afflict mechanic, actually. That is one thing that I really did enjoy from Hour of Devastation. It's much better than Infect, which is one of my least favorite things ever. But it is still, Afflict is still a pretty cool mechanic. Wretched Camel, Beneath the Sands, Desert of the Glorified. So this is one of the cycling common level deserts. Enters battlefield tapped. You can add a black mana to your mana pool, or you can spend 2 and cycle it, discard, and draw a card. Scrounger of Souls, 3/4 horror with lifelink for 5 mana. It's not terrible, I guess. Defiant Kenra, Giroux's Renunciation, 1 and a white, tap up to 2 target creatures and you can cycle it for 1 to draw a card. Unsummon, return target creature to its owner's hand. Our first uncommon is Imaginary Threats. I don't think I've seen this one. Creatures target opponent controls attack this turn if able. During that player's next untap steps, creatures he or she controls doesn't untap. That's not bad. And you can cycle it for 2. I guess cycling was one of the big things in the Amonkhet block. Bloodwater Entity, 1 a blue and a red for a 2/2 flyer with prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gets +1/+1 till end of turn. And when it enters the battlefield, you may put target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard on top of your library. So that's kind of cool. Third uncommon is an Abrade, which this was one of the more valuable uncommons in the set. I don't know what it's at now, because I haven't really paid attention, but it's 1 and a red, choose 1, and it can deal 3 damage to target creature or destroy target artifact. So I think this was like a $2 or $3 uncommon at one point, and like I said, I don't know what it's at now. Our rare is Swarm Intelligence. So 6 and a blue, it's an enchantment. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may copy that spell. You may choose new targets for that copy. It's not bad. And we got a full art mountain, which I did like the full arts in this. And one of the cool things is in Amonkhet and Hour of Devastation, the full art lands were different. So like back when they had them in Battle for Zendikar and Oath of the Gatewatch, I think they were the same in both sets. If you got a full art, it was the same for both, but they actually have different ones here. And got one of these kind of token cards, which I never actually got in all the packs that I'd opened of this, which wasn't that many. I think it was like 5 or 6 packs, but I never actually got one of these cards, so now I do. Alright, so it looks like so far the best things are the Full Art Mountain, Dragon Skull Summit, and a Braid. We'll just kind of set those there, in addition to all the foil promos and stuff like that. So Amonkhet, last chance for a Mythic. Not that I'm really expecting it, but again, would absolutely love to pull Nissa, just because blue-green is my favorite combination, and I would love to have a blue-green Planeswalker. That was one thing that our Devastation, I think, kind of dropped the ball on, is that they did have Nissa as the other Planeswalker deck, and she really should have been green and blue, in my opinion, in that. Anyway, Supply Caravan, Illusionary Wrappings, Gauntlet of the Manticore, or Manticore of the Gauntlet, wow, that's a way to read there. Winged Shepherd, Spidery Grasp. I'm not a big fan of spiders, and that's just really gross, so let's just get that covered up as soon as possible. Blighted Bat, Winds of Rebuke, Binding Mummy, Dissenter's Deliverance, Cartouche of Strength. I like the Cartouche cards, I actually like those quite a bit. First uncommon is a Manglehorn. I don't think I've seen this one actually, so 2 and a green. When it enters the battlefield, may destroy target artifact. Artifacts your opponent controls enters the battlefield tapped. I still want to make a couple more decks with all the Amonkhet cards that I have. I made a mono black one, and I like to do like a blue-green and probably a white-red. Sheffet Monitor, second uncommon. Third uncommon is Edifice of Authority. So 3, you can pay 1 and tap it. For it's an artifact, target creature can't attack this turn, put a brick counter on it. 1 and tap until your next turn, target creature can't attack or block, and his activated abilities can't be activated. Activate this ability only if there are 3 or more brick counters on there. And our rare is Curator of Mysteries. So nothing fantastic there. I think this is the second one of these I actually have. So it's 2 and 2 blue. It's a 4/4 Flying Sphinx. Whenever you cycle or discard another card, you can scry 1 and you can cycle this. So there you go. Not the greatest pulls in the world, but I did get a dual land rare, as well as a full art mountain, and I'll have to look on a Braid because I don't know if that's still a valuable card or not. And then of course we've got all these here. 1 promo foil land for each of the types, as well as Metalwork Colossus and Kari Zev, the Skyship Raider. So there you go. That's basically the gift packs for Magic the Gathering. Overall, not super keen on this product. I think there are much better things that they could have done with this. $25 Canadian is a lot. The 3 booster packs at a game shop would cost you about $15. I would have liked to have seen probably a 4th booster pack, or different promos. Maybe like a Planeswalker would have been nice, or a Mythic would have been nice to have. Or something that, you know, I don't know. These aren't the greatest things in the world as far as I'm concerned. Like, I don't play red much, and I don't play a lot of artifact stuff. Although I do want to make, I have a Daretti Planeswalker from the Conspiracy set, Conspiracy 2, and I actually want to make something with him, just a casual deck. So this will probably be good in that. But anyway, yeah, I'm not too keen on these products. I'm hoping that they try to improve them in the future. Have an extra pack in there, or have a worthwhile promo card like a Mythic that's something that's really being, you know, good or used in the current standard, or just something like that would be kind of nice. Having a Planeswalker, or a Planeswalker from, you know, one of the sets that's one of the older sets in standard, would still be kind of nice. Like I said, I would have liked to have had, like the Nissa Planeswalker from Amonkhet, or just something along those lines. I think there's still ways that they can improve that. I bought this basically because I was able to get store credit for it, so I didn't actually have to spend any money on it. And it's a new product that I kind of wanted to open up and get my thoughts out about. So anyway, thank you guys very much for watching, and let me know if you've managed to pull anything really good from your gift packs, if you've gotten any, or if you kind of want to give this a hard pass. So let me know in the comments below, and thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.